What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Face Show. This is Glenda. I hope everybody's having a blessed, wonderful day, week, weekend, whenever you're listening to this, whatever's going on in your life, I hope it's all good. Let's just get into it. Tasha K and Cardi B. Oh my goodness. I never expected. I didn't see this coming. I didn't know. I knew Tasha K had did all her little commentary on Cardi B, and I knew it was getting wild and live, and it's been going on for like a year now, maybe two, maybe three. Shit, it's been going on for a long time with Cardi B and Tasha. So Cardi B won the case, her case, her defamation case against Tasha K for I'm so sorry. It's 1.25 million. But yesterday, when I was reading again in the news, they said it's like 3.8 million because she had to be, they had to do punitive damages and pain and suffering. Cardi B went to some type of therapist because she said she was having anxiety. Said she didn't want to sleep with her husband. She felt like after Tasha K went to saying that she had herpes and that she was messing around on Offset and a whole bunch of shit. All that she was before her in her stripper days, she would use beer bottles on the stage to perform type of sexual acts. That was a hard one right there. All this stuff is alleged, but I know this was all in the news, saying that this is the reason for the lawsuit, is that she was having a hard time with it. And I remember back when Tasha was doing her commentary about Cardi, she was telling us that Cardi would, reach out to her and be like, no, could you please take that down because none of that stuff is true. She was like, girl, bye. Now you see how stuff can backlash, and come back on you and it be horrible. Like, that is some shit. That's a lot of money for you to be just a YouTube contenter. And I know they make good money from their views because I was looking up that, how about how much money they make per views and how many subscribers they get and this and that and that. You get pretty good money off of YouTube if you got a big fan base. And Tasha has a pretty good fan base. Now, I won't say over the years that she's been doing her job that she probably haven't came close to $1 million. I'm sure she probably has, or almost close, with the content that she bring and with, her storyline. They be pretty good. People look at it. They listening for it. They want to hear it. They ready for this juice and this gossip and shit, because I was all down for it. I'm all ears. Not saying that everything that people say is true, and that's another thing. We got to be very careful what we say, how we put our, mouth on people, because, we never know how we're affecting people. Cardi said she wanted to kill herself. She said she had suicidal thoughts, so she even wanted to take her life. I don't know how much of that I want to believe. Not saying that it's not true. I think what I really think, I do think Tasha went a little too far with the comments and the things that she said. And, from me reading everything, that she made it up. Now, shit, I guess you have to prove that you didn't make it up in the court of law. So if you have some type of resource and somebody did speak on it and you don't have proof that know that this person has whatever this stuff is you saying she has, or she'd have done all these things that you said she done, you got to be able to back that shit up. Cardi B went to doctors. She went to therapy. And she rich already. So them motherfuckers charged her $250,000, probably even more. And, because she could afford to pay for it. She did that for 3 years or 2 years or something like that. I think they've been dealing with this thing for like 3 years now. Maybe a year. I'm not sure. But y'all go back and check out those videos. Oh, I think she had to take those videos down too. I'm not sure. I don't even think they're up no more due to this lawsuit. I don't think they took her page. I don't think they want Tasha K to stop her YouTube channel. I don't know. I don't know how it would affect her YouTube channel. It's not affecting me. I'm still a wino ganger. I'm Team Tasha all day long. I hate that this has happened to her. And like I said, we have to be careful who we talk about, who we put down, who we judging, and who we think is this and who we think is that. because sometimes this stuff could, really hurt people. And I'm not saying that it didn't affect Cardi in the way that she says it did. It probably did. I don't think it went to the extent of her. This is me personally. She said she felt suicidal, but I don't know. Maybe she did. I can't speak on that. I can't even say that either. I can't say that she felt suicidal or not, but she could have. And then she was pregnant and going through some stuff. So, I mean, it's always the black people. It's always the black people against black people. It's always this shit. Like, come on. We got to do better. We have to do better. Like I said, I am Team Tasha, but, she went a little bit overboard with the Cardi B thing. And I kind of, when I heard the story, it was all fun and funny and all that, but really putting somebody's personal business out there, saying that you got herpes and saying that you messing around on your husband and you're doing this and you're doing, that's kind of harsh. You got to really be able to say, I actually saw somebody do that, before you can just, you can assume anything. I don't know if Tasha said allege on this shit or not, but I thought, I'm sorry, y'all. My sinus is bothering me. But I thought that as long as you use the right lingo, you can say you heard these things. You can say this is what was going around. This was allegedly said about her. I don't know how true this is. But not only that, it's what she said, and maybe that's what made the judges and the juror, award Cardi all this money. Now, the other topic of the thing was people was in the saying, is Tasha gonna file bankruptcy? Tasha got a couple of shit going. She got a few things going on. Tasha got her own little studio. She made good money from her contents on YouTube, so she's been able to live pretty good just doing her YouTube thing. So, I'm going to tell y'all this. When people go to court and they get these judgments and they have to pay all this money, sometimes they may not have to pay all that money up front. Who knows if Tasha got I won't say she don't have no $3 million. I don't know what she has, but who knows? She may have it. Tasha could be just going to drop that little 1.25 and make payments on the other little part until she get that shit over. She might have already made over $1 million doing YouTube. Tasha been doing YouTube for a long time, and this is not what the story about making the money. The story is about we have to be very careful on how we put people down in the streets. We have to be very careful what we say about people. We have to be very careful what we think we know about people and you actually don't. Because once you put this shit out on social media and once you have this stuff on your platform where people can view it and you getting money off of it, that could be a backlash. It could be, it's just not nice to say stuff about people that really not true. So what they were saying is all this stuff that Tasha said, it wasn't true. It wasn't true. Cardi had a way of proving the points that it wasn't true. She went to the doctor. She got tested. She don't have no STIs. That was the first thing they did before they even. That's the first thing they did before they even started the trial, was made her go do all these tests. Not only that, Cardi went to a therapist to talk about this because, like she said, she couldn't sleep. She was mad. And I could kind of say Cardi B was in the chats. Cardi B was speaking out on Tasha when she was saying this stuff. She was really mad and angry about it. She was making statements on her page. She made a comment like, how could you fucking say shit like this when it's not true? She was really pressed about it. And people were saying, Cardi, you rich. You this, you that. Why are you so angry? Why are you worried about what a YouTube blogger said? Because Tasha is a high-profile YouTube blogger and it's that people hearing this all over the place. She got a lot of subscribers. She got a lot of followers. So Cardi was, Cardi, like, people hearing this shit. Like, some people believe this shit, even though I know it's not true. But we don't know who knows whether it's real or not. And people take shit and they run with it. And not only that, once it's on your platform, they're going to take it to their platform. They're going to post a video. They're going to share the video. No telling how many people saw this shit. And so I would be upset too. I can't even say it. I wouldn't be upset if somebody said and did some shit like that to me. And I just wish everybody the best. And I wish our people could get along more. I wish we could. I know this is a job for Tasha. This is going to be a job for me one day, as soon as I get monetized. But what I'm saying is, people take this stuff serious. And you got some people that believe any and everything you say. So it's, you got to be careful what you do and say in your job. You got to be careful in what you do and say about people, period. You don't never know when this stuff going to come back. And just like Tasha probably didn't even see it coming that Cardi B was going to take her ass to court. She probably never thought, excuse me, I didn't mean to say think. I'm up early, y'all. It's like 3. I go to sleep early. I wake up late or early in the morning before time for work and everything. So I decided to go ahead and give you guys my thought on this Tasha K and Cardi B thing. And like I say, but anyway, like I was saying that, you never know who hearing this stuff. Tasha got a big platform, and this is her job. We have people out there that, we got all these people that do this stuff all the time. TMZ, we got Wendy Williams. Who else we got? Backpage. People do gossip stuff all the time. But they also have to be careful how they word this stuff. They also have to say this stuff is alleged and that this is what they heard. They don't know how true it is. And not only that, some stuff you just can't speak on. And they say the main thing that took Cardi over the top is that herpes stuff that Tasha was saying, that she had an STI, and it kind of led her to depression. Like she said, she didn't want to sleep with her husband. She couldn't do nothing but think about all this drama and the shit that Tasha had on. Sometimes things affect you no matter how much money you got. Cardi is a big famous rapper. She around here, she everywhere. She's doing her thing. But I say that to say that she still have feelings, no matter how much money she make. She's still a mom. She's a mother to her daughter. When her daughter get old, she probably has to hear this shit. She gonna see this shit if it's not already taken down or something, But I'm just saying, it just goes to show that people, no matter how much money you got, you can hurt anybody. You can do anything, and you can say things that really will affect people mentally. So I just saying that, I wish them all the best. I hope Tasha and I wish her the best too, and I'll pray that she makes a lot of more money because, she's doing her job as a YouTube contenter, with this blogging shit. I mean, I'm not going to say she don't have money. Of course she got money, but who says she has $3.8 million? And if she did have $3.8 million or $1.25 million, who says I want to give that up when I just work my blood and sweat in these contents to make it? So it's affecting not only Cardi, it's affecting Tasha because she got to pay for this shit. She got children she got to take care of, her husband and all them. I know they doing this they thing, but I don't know if they're going to make her make payments, or you can make payment arrangements, or pay a little bit at a time, pay so much up front. Then this, I don't know how that works when you go to court for stuff like this. But I do know, I got trust that Tasha going to be able to make this money back. I do feel like she has made a lot of money where she may have already have the money. While people out there talking, saying, how she going to get this money, how she going to get... Don't worry about it. That's none of your business. That's the problem with people. We worry about the wrong shit. You're worrying about the wrong shit. We need to just not do this shit no more. This is a learning experience for Tasha. And I promise you, I bet you she'll never do that shit like this again. And I know she's a smart woman, that she's going to be very precautious. This has cost her $3.8 million or $1.25 million. The 1.25 was awarded the last day of the trial, but she had to go back to court because they want to try to award punitive damage. And I gotta look up punitive because I don't know what that is. I want to know what that is. I'm gonna look that up. Once I find out, I'm gonna let y'all know too. Y'all know, y'all let me know in the comments of what it is. But anyway, that created more money for her to have to get out her pocket. And who knows? Tasha could pay their ass off. Bam, 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 bam. Here your $3.8 million. Let me get back to working on this YouTube shit. And start making some more money to fix this shit that I just messed up. So we make mistakes. We say things we shouldn't say. Sometimes people get hurt. Sometimes people commit suicide. What if Cardi would have killed herself? Then all of a sudden her daughter be alone, and it's just I'm glad she didn't commit suicide. Cardi, I think you're a good person. I don't have no ill will with anybody. I love Tasha. I love the way she present her commentary on her platform. I like, her style. She's funny. She brings good content. I like Cardi. I like your music. I like your style. I don't care where you're from, strip or whatever. That is your own personal business. And that's it, people. This is the biggest thing about this whole thing. Whatever that woman did in her personal, behind closed doors, whatever she did, that is her business. It's not for us. I mean, and like the personal deep part about it is if she had an STI, that ain't nobody business. That's something nobody shouldn't be posting on social media. And I'm just trying to figure out what made Tasha so angry at Cardi to begin with, to even go in so deep. Because I know Tasha read people all the time, but she read the fuck out of Cardi. Like, she drugged Cardi every time she got a chance. And she said it. She was like, every time I get a chance, I'm going to drag this bitch. And it's not funny. It's not fun. I'm laughing because of the way it came out. And she did. She did every chance she got. So, I mean, that goes to show we got to be careful. No matter what you're doing, how you put it out there. People are listening to this shit. And people get uptight about this shit, and it affects people mentally. It affects people physically. She probably couldn't even perform and do things that she needed to do by thinking about all this stuff that Tasha has said. And not only that, Tasha got a lot of followers. She have a lot of subscribers, so a lot of people is listening to this. Not to mention the people that's sharing this. Tasha have more than one platform. She got a Patreon account. She has her Instagram account. She has her YouTube account. Ain't no telling. And then there's another account that she has that you can pay to watch interviews and stuff with monthly, like a $12 monthly thing for you to just be able to log into her platform and see all her, interviews that she do with other people. Things that she heard, some of her topics that she talk about, that she go in depth with, that she can't really do on YouTube, because YouTube has content, things where we're not allowed to say. There's certain things that you're not allowed to do. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of things that kids not able to hear. You got to make sure it's not for kids. It's they have a lot of rules, and I'm just getting into it. And I don't know all the rules yet, but I don't do half of that shit no way. And I love this thing. I like it. I like the idea that you can sit at home and open up storylines and get on your platform and speak on it and have people to interact with that. That's amazing. So, you got to make sure you utilize your platform for, good reasons. And I know we bloggers and we say things and we want to get the information out there, but I don't want to do nothing that's going to cause anybody to want to kill themselves. I don't want to do anything to make a person want to hurt themselves or feel bad as Cardi says she felt. That's not right. I have a lot of empathy for people, and I want to be treated the way, I want people to treat me the way I treat them. And I'm going to treat people the way I want to be treated. So I'm not going to scandalize your character by saying harsh things like that. And, Tasha probably didn't mean it. And now that she think about it, she meant it. I'm going to take that back. She just didn't realize how far this would go. She didn't think it would go this far as somebody taking, Tasha had was suing her first. And so they switched it. And then Cardi was like, okay, check this out. Let me go ahead and do my shit. Set up, give me a lawsuit against you. So it was a countersuit. But they threw Tasha shit out. She didn't get nothing for that. So, we just got to be careful, guys. And, this shit is deep. This is deep. What if she would have committed suicide? That's just something to think about. And, we don't know. Some people think Cardi is lying, but I think it affect her. I'd be affected by a lot of shit people say, and it be little shit. Sometimes I might not let you know I'm affected by it, but in my mind, I'd be walking around cursing everybody out. What the fuck, this nigga said this, that bitch said this. This how they feel for real? I didn't even think they felt this way. You be upset when you hear something that you don't think people think, when people say stuff about you that you don't think that's real about you. sometimes we have to sit back. We get that, it bothers us to the point where other people may not know it, but mentally, you're going through some type of anxiety thing, some type of issue where you're trying to figure out, why would you say this? Why would you do this? I understand you're a blogger, but why would you go to the extent of saying that I got herpes and I'm fucking beer bottles on the stage and all type of shit? Y'all, this shit went deep. This shit was deep. This shit went deep, deep, deep. So, it's crazy. It's just crazy. So y'all let me know how y'all feel, what y'all think about it. Give me your thoughts on it. Please like the video, share the video. I don't really have a lot to say about this. I was gonna, what could you say? But be careful what you say. What could you do besides, this should teach a whole bunch of people some shit. Not only Tasha. I know she learned the lesson. I know this is something that she regret doing. I as a black woman and losing that much money, you have to regret doing that. I bet you she would never make that mistake again, because that's too much money to pay anybody. And they were out there saying, now that Tasha been sued, do you think people going to be coming for a lot of YouTubers and this and that? No, you just got to be careful what you're talking about. And you got to have proof behind it. If you got some information that you feel like you want to share and you can really say that, and then you got to be careful what you say. Like, even if you got information about somebody, sometimes it's not good to always share it. You know what I'm saying? Like, some shit just don't need to be shared. Some shit just could be good enough left alone. And when it came to that situation with Tasha and Cardi, Tasha should have just left that shit alone. She should have quit while she was ahead. Now, when Cardi reached out to her and said, look, I'm offended by this. Could you take it down? Could you please not share this? This is something that's affecting me. If Tasha probably would have, did that, which I don't think she would have at the time, it probably would have it wouldn't have got this far. And I say that to say, sometimes we just got to respect people's wishes and be careful with what the fuck you do, because shit, she $3.8 million in debt right now with that shit, because ain't no damn way. And see, and I'm going to tell you another thing. They let Tasha kind of pretty much hang herself, because Cardi got her attorneys involved, and they was like, yeah, let her keep talking. Let her keep making this good content about you. Let her say whatever the hell she want. Let her make all the videos she want, because we're going to use this shit in court. You know what I'm saying? We're going to build a case against her. That's what they did. They was like, let her make all that money, because she going to have to pay you later. This is what the attorney's looking at, because they smart. These are people that get paid for winning cases. These are people that get paid for trying to make you look bad or finding you wrong. If they they defending their client, they're gonna do everything they need to do to make sure they get every. They had professional witnesses and shit come up in there to talk about how Cardi was complaining about being upset, and her therapist and shit. They had doctors to come up in there. And not only that, the punitive part, I think I know what it is, and I ain't even looked it up yet. Part of the court shit, because she have to pay the court costs, like expert witnesses and shit like that. And you have to pay for people that came and witnessed and on Cardi's behalf. Like, maybe they sent off 998 to Tasha K before this trial, because your attorney could fill out a 998. A 998 is let's come to an agreement before the trial. Maybe they did that with Tasha and said, look, you take the video down, give us this XXX amount of money. We're going to send this out for you. We'll hashtag it off. This lawsuit will be over. Tasha may have said no. And they give you 30 days to respond to this 998. It's like some type of way that you can resolve your issue without going to court with the other party. Like, okay, I'm suing you for this X amount of money. If you want to just shut this shit down right now, give me this amount of money now. We will leave it be. We won't have to go before the judge. We won't take it to trial. And you got 30 days to do this. Give me this offer. But I don't think Cardi was out for the money, because she has her own money. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say that if they did send her a 998, maybe Tasha defaulted on it, or maybe she didn't respond to it. And pretty much that when you go to court, when it goes to litigation in court, like they did right now to trial, after they responded, they send you this stuff and you don't respond within the 30 days amount of time that they expect for you to respond, or, to settle this situation before we go to court. Then when you do go to court, you're liable to pay for all the court costs, the expert witness, anybody that testify on Cardi's behalf, anything, however much that trial costs. And that's what Tasha is paying for. Tasha is paying for the trial itself, because since Cardi has won, now you're responsible for paying for this shit, because it's your fault that we're here anyway. And I probably tried to get you to resolve this matter way before we got here. You didn't. You thought you were going to win. I also heard that Tasha has some sorry ass attorneys. So that's just from the bloggers. I don't know how true that is. All this shit is alleged about that, because they kind of like sabotaged her. They was also saying that her husband did too, but I don't believe that. They didn't have proof of that. My sinus is killing me, you guys. Sorry. And so, yeah, you never know how that shit went. She probably already was trying to get in touch with Tasha to make deals and situations so they can end that shit before it got as far as it has. And Tasha said no, thought she was going to really win. And look what happened. She $3.8 million in debt right now, fucking around with Cardi B stories. Fuck that. Fuck that. I don't want to make $3.8 million for sitting at home, being a YouTube content provider and having my own shit set up in my suit. And I'm working all this hard time and I got to give it to you. So I really, my heart goes out to Tasha too. It's a lot of money. She has her children. She got a husband. And I'm sure they got plenty of money. But I don't think they got no $3.8 million to just give nobody today. And if she do good, go ahead and pay that shit off. Get back to getting your shit done, because I'm watching it. I'm liking it. I'm a subscriber. I'm a wino. I listen to Tasha all day long, every day, all her content, all her stories. I'm Team Tasha. I like Cardi B too. I like her music, but I'm just saying I'm Team Tasha when it comes to her YouTube shit. As far as this situation, as far as this lawsuit, she was kind of harsh on Cardi. I gotta put it out there. It could have been, she could have took the video down, and it's all a learning lesson. It's all a learning experience. I've learned just from watching this shit, and I hope a lot of YouTubers have learned that to be careful of what the fuck you saying about these people. And I hope you got some proof to show this shit. You ain't got no doctor's note saying that this girl got herpes. You shouldn't be speaking on that. If you wasn't actually there to see her performing on stage when she was in her stripper days, then you shouldn't be saying that. Now, we can say all this shit is alleged because somebody could give us this information. Maybe that Storm girl was lying on Cardi too, which I think she was. I ain't even heard from her ass yet. We ain't seen her or heard from her since she did the interview with Tasha. So, shout out to to Tasha. Shout out to Cardi B. I wish you guys all the best. You guys, please like this video. Share the video. Subscribe to my channel. There'll be more content to come. Just let me know how you feel about this whole situation. And if you were in Tasha's shoes, what would you do? What would you say? How would it affect you? If you was in Cardi's shoes, what would you do? How would you feel? And how would this affect you if someone had did this to you? We all have to have empathy and sympathy for people. You all have to realize that whatever goes around comes around. Whatever you put out there, you're going to receive. And right now, they tearing Tasha ass apart on YouTube. Everybody and their mama talking about Tasha K. Everybody and their mama talking about her lawsuit, her trials, even the bullshit with that Von Ray and Storm Monroe shit. Tasha, don't mentor nobody else. That's just going to do your thing, because you do a great job at it. Do your thing. Pick your head up from where from this incident. Don't let it bother you. Just, you've learned from this shit. All you can do is do better and go up. Cardi, you too. You got $3.8 million. $3.8 million richer than you were yesterday. And I'm sure you got way more money than that already. But you know what? You proved your point. You proved that people can't go out here and speaking on your name and saying shit about you that's not true unless they can pull it up and prove it. And especially some explicit of saying the shit that Tasha has said about you. So I wish y'all all the best. Everybody have a blessed day. And on that note, I'm out.